Hi everyone! So I'm in costume, incognito today. I don't really drive anymore, and that's really what I only need my glasses for, was driving at night. I think it's this eye where I'm like, long distance is a little bit harder for me, but day to day, everything's fine. So whenever I put them on, I just feel like I'm sort of in a costume because I don't need to wear them right now in order to see properly. And apologies for my absence. I was out of town for the last week in August, or the second to last week in August, and when I got back, literally I got back on a Friday and I started school on Monday. So I've just been trying to balance that. I'm in school 4 days a week, and then the day that I'm not, I'm working 9 to 6. And so I have weekends off, which is nice, but I guess I'll just have to start filming videos on the weekend, which I'm not used to doing. I sort of was able to, I got in such a habit of just filming them, you know, on like a Tuesday morning. So I don't know, it's just adjusting and it's just sort of adapting. But my goal is to do 2 videos a month because I think that's a good sort of steady pace and that's what I can commit to. And it's not as much as I'd like, but you know, I've got another part-time job and school full-time, so it's like, I just gotta juggle. I love skincare, I love products, and I will always love them. One person on my last video, not that I'm being petty about it, they said that I seem bored, and I don't know, my approach is just, I'm not bored. I'm really excited, I love products. I'm literally thinking about skincare and fragrance and makeup all day, every single day of my life. But my approach is just much more laid back these days. I feel like I don't follow such a rigid structure, you know, okay, you have to double cleanse, and you have to do an acid, and you have to mist, and then you have to do your serum. You know, for me, it's like I know what good skincare is enough to know what I want to commit my time to and what I don't. And I just sort of am going with the flow these days and just trying things and being open to trying things from really any brand, from any price bracket, from any brand ethos. Because I think good skincare is good skincare, and I have always thought that way, but I think for a little while there I put myself in a little bit of a box. But I recognize that that box is not my entire audience, and I would be doing a disservice to you guys if I just only talked about green beauty all the time. And I still love green beauty and I will use it. My skincare routine will contain a large majority of green beauty, guaranteed almost every single day, but it's not the only thing that exists in the world, so why not try other things? And it's been really fantastic. There have been a lot of fantastic brands that have reached out, and I've had the opportunity to try a lot of stuff and a lot of things that I might not have originally gone for, or in the past I've been resistant to because of a certain way of thinking or a certain source of information that I was spending all my time on. But I like to eat my words, I really do. I like to be proved wrong. I like to try stuff that I think that I'm not going to like, and then I end up liking it. It's a fun little game I like to play with my little Aries mind. But I'm just gonna start. I've got tons of stuff laid out. These guys. So these are from Josh Rosebrook. It's the Hydrating, Advanced Hydration Mask, and then the Vital Balm Cream. And these so kindly just showed up on my doorstep one day, and they're fantastic. So thank you, Josh, so much. You know I love Hydrating Accelerator, like, it is up there. It's in my greatest hits, little Hall of Fame type of thing, but greatest hits, it's my cheeky way of calling it, because it's, I think, one of the best mists that money can buy, period. In the past, I found that other Josh Rosebrook products I haven't connected with as much as that. I feel like for me, the shampoo and conditioner just didn't really work for my hair type. I think my hair needs something that is a little bit more synthetic based, which I'll talk about in a second, because it's just so thick and it's so, it has a mind of its own. So I tend to have to be a little bit stricter on it than I am on my skin. But these are fantastic. Now, the Advanced Hydration Mask is very interesting because to me, if there wasn't a label on it and you just told me to open it and just use it instinctively, I would think it was a cleansing balm. That's exactly how it feels. And for me, I love actually using a cleansing balm as a mask before I jump in the shower or as I'm massaging my skin. I tend to leave, especially if it's got a lot of good ingredients in it, right? Like Mamiel, a restorative cleansing balm comes to mind. Emma Hardy's cleansing balm. This is a mask, so it's perfect because it's the application that I appreciate with a good cleansing balm, except this feels like the creme de la creme, right? It is very melty, gorgeously blue. It's got a very cool smelling blue tansy, like it's very cold smelling almost. It is very similar to the Vital Balm Cream in kind of color and almost consistency. The Vital Balm Cream is a little bit drier, even though it's not dry. Personally, when I think hydration, I think water. I would call this nourishing because it is very emollient. There is a definite grease and slip feel to it. It's gorgeous. It feels very refined and very green and very elegant. I would never equate it to like the petroleum jelly or anything like that, but it does have a very like thick occlusive element to it. So if you were to do like a very nice hydrating spritz, hydrating accelerator I believe is what he recommends to use, and then apply the mask, you would sort of be able to seal in that hydration. But for me, if you're just expecting like plumping, water binding hydration, you won't really get it from this. At least my skin didn't, and that's because I just have very dehydrated skin and I always have to use hydration products with anything that's emollient. And same for Vital Balm Cream. It's gorgeous, and it does have more of a soft to the touch finish. Maybe not dry. Maybe dry that I said earlier is not the right word, but soft to the touch. And it does really melt onto the skin in a non-oily way. So it's great over an oil. It's great over a nice kind of oil serum, or if you've got an emulsion type of serum that has like a milkiness to it, could be really nice over that. Daytime or nighttime, my skin has agreed with it at both times, and if you do let it absorb properly and then go in with sunscreen, you should be fine. Gorgeous, calming. I noticed a very nice calming sensation with this as well. So if your skin responds to botanically based formulas when it gets inflamed, these could be fantastic, and I'm sure they would be. But for me, it's just not what I'm gonna reach for when my skin is inflamed. It's what I'm gonna reach for when my skin feels dry. And in this case, it would calm inflammation and dryness, but this is definitely for me dryness and dullness, I would say. It does give you sort of a cool, kind of calm breath. It's the cool blue tansy. So the lovely Tony of NaturalLogic Skincare reached out and said that she watches videos and follows me on Instagram, and was kind enough to send me one of her limited edition products. And it was not a brand that I was familiar with in the past, but I'm like hella here for what she's doing, and I'm super, super intrigued, and everything that I was fortunate enough to try is obscenely good. This is a product that is in a class of its own. Like, you cannot compare anything to this, and that's why it's so cool. So it's called Luna, and then below it says red wine ferment, probiotic, antioxidant, cleanse, and mask. Don't use this to cleanse your face. Don't waste this to cleanse your face. That's what I was doing at first, but when you leave it on as directed, game-changing, skin-changing, so good. Okay, so 45 minutes is what she recommends leaving it on for. And at first I was like, that's a long time. But that's usually how long I leave my masks on anyway. So I actually enjoy that she's recommending that, because if it's good ingredients, the longer it stays on your skin, even if it's not better, it's not bad, right? So let me read you the ingredients. This is where you're gonna freak out, because I freaked out too. Kaolin clay, red wine, fine red wine lees, unrefined shea butter, raw honey, raw cacao, cranberry seed oil, raspberry seed oil, coconut oil, rose hip extract, strawberry juice, honeysuckle extract, vanilla absolute, jasmine sambac absolute, and then it looks like nearly every ingredient has an asterisk next to it, and then that stands for certified organic. So great, I read the ingredients, then I opened the jar. It looks like red wine pudding, plum pudding, anyone? Or blood pudding, it's more like blood pudding, which is not anything like that, don't worry. But it smells like you stuck your face raisinets that have been soaked in red wine. When I left this on my skin, it was 45 minutes to an hour, and I washed it off, I felt like I had exfoliated my skin. Not in the sense that there was any sensation of tingling or acidity, because this really, you don't feel all that much going on, which is why it's so nice, because you don't get the inflammation, but you do get this smooth, resurfaced feel. It feels softer, it feels more velvety, and definitely brighter, definitely more radiant. And it smells like red wine while it's on your face. I start drinking when it's on, which, I mean, hey, you know, great. It's not a a concept that I think anyone's really doing in terms of fermented red wine and clay and oils and butters. That's all I'll say. Like, thank you so much, Tony. It's gorgeous, truly. So Barney's reached out and they have actually brought Vitabrid C12 to the United States as, I believe it's the exclusive retailer. Recently launched in the US market exclusive, so it is. Barney's is the exclusive. So, let me read. While on a recent trip to Seoul, South Korea with Barney's Chief Merchandising Officer, Jennifer Sun Woo, we happened to read an article on Vogue where the editor was talking about this incredible product that was the latest discovery out of the Korean beauty, or K-beauty, market. Since we were already in Seoul, we quickly reached out to the brand to set up a meeting, and my skin has never been the same since. The brand was Vitabrid C12. So it talks about, you know, vitamin C's, a volatile nature, and that when it comes in contact with UV or oxygen or water, it just degrades. And so maintaining stability to maintain potency is difficult. They have actually, what's incredible and so different about Vitabrid C12 is that they've created this mechanism that protects the vitamin C and stabilizes it to be released into your skin or hair over the course of 12 hours without destroying the benefits of it. And the vitamin C is layered between minerals that protect it and release it slowly so it can sink through the layers of your skin or scalp. So the product, the company that created it is a technology firm, not a cosmetics company, and they own the patent. Hyundai IBT is actually who owns the patent. So I love the like clinical drug facts looking kind of thing, but it's interesting that this is Korean and they're kind of doing an American style design. So it's a powder. They've got a little packet with a circle that shows how much product you should apply. And so it doesn't actually say how much vitamin C is in here. It's more about the delivery system. So for me, the strength is not a huge concern, because if it's being delivered into the skin for an extended amount of time, then in theory the stability will remain, right? It's when the vitamin C absorbs into the skin and starts breaking down and getting destroyed that you sort of lose the benefits. So I've been using this, and I do mix it with serums most of the time, usually like hydrating serums, Glossier, Super Bounce, Jordan Samuel Hydrate, Paula's Choice Omega Complex, anything with a little bit of, well, a lot of hydration, really, just to kind of counter the effects of the fact that this is a powder. The thing that I will say is it's not gritty at all. It feels very, very fine, and once you blend it with the serum or moisturizer, if you want to do that, it's fine. It doesn't feel, you don't feel a grit on your skin at all, and I don't find it dries my skin out either. I usually use it during the daytime just because I like to sort of approach it from a level of protection. But used at night, you will get all of the brightening benefits in theory, because you don't have the UV rays fighting against your skin. So yeah, I think it's the kind of thing that I will absolutely need to do a full review on, and because I want to give it a full cycle, and I want to use the product consistently to really see the benefits. But I'm excited, I'm intrigued, and I'm very flattered, I guess is the best word, that Barney's reached out, and so thank you so much to them, and I'm very excited. Because I think technology in terms of actives can only be a good thing, right? I don't want like an unstable vitamin C. Bye. Continuing on with the small little vials, I picked up the Mamiel Altitude Oil from Cult Beauty. Yeah, it's one of those. Game changer. I mean, like for me, it really has changed the way I feel about wellness in terms of stuff like this. I don't know, it's so good. So you are instructed to either sprinkle into a tissue, which I'm not doing, I'm like, get this on my face, but you tip it over, finger over, and then one under each nostril. The story that I'll tell you is when I was coming back from being out of town on the plane, I noticed the congestion was forming like as I was on the plane, and after I got off the plane, I called my mom to let her know I landed, whatever, and I'm just like, you know, cannot breathe out of one nostril. And I had ordered this before I left, and it actually arrived while I was gone. So it was the first thing that I did when I got home, was open it up. I FaceTime with Liz because I used her coupon code. The congestion was gone the next morning. That's what I'll say, because I didn't do anything else certainly to improve the congestion. And Since then, I keep it in my bag with me. It's kind of gotten roughed up already because it sits in my makeup bag, and if I'm at work and I'm stressed, or if I'm in class and I'm stressed, or if I feel like I just am feeling some congestion forming or some dullness and fatigue, I'm not going to say that it's the same thing as a cup of coffee, but just the scent and the experience and it opens everything up. Lemon, peppermint, eucalyptus. It has like a cinnamony vibe to it. It's a little bit more complex than a traditional like Fix Vapor Rub, if you will, but it does have that similar cooling, clearing vibe. And I would absolutely recommend it to anyone and everyone if you just need a little perk me up, and everyone that I've gotten to use it has loved it. So I'm like, try this! And when you say, oh, try my Altitude Oil without any context, you have to tell them that it's not drugs. Let's talk about the rest of the cult beauty order. So I got some Sachajuan products because, I mean, just look at them. Aesthetically, I was sold. My hair has been so good on these guys. Lemon, peppermint, eucalyptus. It has like a cinnamony vibe to it. It's a little bit more complex than a traditional like Fix Vapor Rub, if you will, but it does have that similar cooling, clearing vibe. But I need to get the Normalizing shampoo. So I have the Scalp shampoo and the Normalizing conditioner, and for me, I find that if I use any coconut or sugar-derived cleansing agents on my hair frequently, it just gets built up too quickly. And it doesn't matter that it's silicone-free, it's the buildup of, it's the density of those surfactants that can just really get built up on the hair, plus oils from conditioner and such. So I needed something more balancing. And my hair has never been happier. It feels lighter weight, bouncier. It doesn't get weighed down. It doesn't make my hair look as thick, which is nice because I tend to swoop everything back and it tends to form like an alien, you know, like, no, Sigourney Weaver, like kind of, you know, big spike in the back. So I have to be careful. And this has been great, truly, especially the Normalizing conditioner. The Normalizing conditioner made me want to see what the Normalizing shampoo was like. And I think that says something. The Scalp shampoo is very nice. I'm not sure if it's just the fact that the pH might be higher. It definitely feels like quite drying if I get it on the ends of my hair too much. But it is, I have been able to use it every day or every other day without too much kickback, but I just worry using it like long term that frequently might not be good for my hair. I gotta buy the full size of this. This is Living Proof's Perfect Hair Day In Shower Styler. So it claims to enhance texture and shine for air-dried styles. You apply it in shower to clean wet hair, roots to ends, lightly rinse. Not sure what that means. Towel dry, scrunch, air dry. So that's what I have in my hair today, and that's it. I have no other styling products. The first time I used this, I looked like I had a blowout done. Not that I've ever had a blowout done to my hair, but that's what it looked like. It was shiny, it was glossy, it was swooped to perfection. Hey girl, inspiration, always. But I've been using this. I've actually gotten about 6 or 7 uses out of this, and I really, really like it. I don't blow dry my hair, period. I just can't be bothered, frankly. So I tend to do some like priming stylers, like I use the Bumble & Bumble Tonic Lotion, which I love. Some wave spray at the roots, a little scrunch, good to go, or like a shine serum, or like a Bumble & Bumble, Don't Blow It, that's what it's called. But that one is a little bit more finicky. So I was like, okay, well this one's in the shower, what good is that gonna do? It's amazing. It's amazing. You do get definite shape and hold out of it. That's what I will say. It does give you, your hair doesn't feel soft and silky and glossy. You get a tousled look. And you know, my hair's short, so it's like, I like a volumized swoop, sleek style. And my roots look gray even though I've put nothing in them. Guess because there's been a lot of sun. I don't know. I'm into it. A lot. A lot. And I'm eating my words because I was like, well, what is it gonna do if you rinse it out? So what I actually tend to do is apply it, get my hands really wet, and then just sort of comb it out, rinse my hands, comb it out. That way I'm sort of coating my hair evenly in it. But I will say it is the kind of thing you want to kind of concentrate on the roots, to be honest. Oh, dry shampoo. So I got a kit, Sephora Favorites kit with a bunch of little ones because I still haven't found one that I love until now. The Moroccan oil dry shampoo. This is the light tones one, which is interesting. But it is purple, if you can see. The purple tones help to counteract brassiness. I wasn't honestly expecting to like this one, and but the light tones, and I'm super surprised because light tones, you think, oh god, it's gonna be gray. And if you put too much on, it's not cute, but if you use it correctly, it's perfect for my hair and my preferences. It doesn't have that matted down quality that the Living Proof has done for me in the past. The P.H.D one did a little bit as well. This one is very, very fine, and all it does is absorb oil. That's it. It doesn't volumize, texturize. It does give you a bit of sleekness, but it just doesn't clump the hair up, and that's for me is what's perfect. And I will get the full size after this is done. I'm very impressed and very happy because dry shampoo is just something that I like to have on hand in case. I don't use it all the time, but I like to have it on hand. Peet Rivko, this is the Gentle Cleanser, and this is Green Beauty with the fluff and frills stripped away. So if you are someone who's sensitive to fragrance, or you don't like essential oils in your products, but you like the idea of using plant-based surfactants, more oils, emollient ingredients in your products that do come from a plant origin, I've tried the moisturizer. It's a little too matte for my liking, but that's what it claims to do. So it's literally this size, and it's moisturizer, and it's a very simple emulsion, very simple ingredients, but it works. So this is water, glycerin from palm, a coconut ester, laurel glucoside from corn, glycerol citrate from palm, and everything comes from a plant source. So it's a very gentle, creamy gel cleanser. If you've used something like, gosh, it reminds me of a plant-based version of CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser with a slight bit more foam when you add water. So, you know, I think this is the kind of cleanser that everyone in your house could use, families, couples, I don't know, or if you just want a good simple cleanser, this is the kind of thing you could probably leave in the shower and just kind of cleanse your face with and keep it really simple.